All right. Hey, if you're new here but enjoying the content, please subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you. All right. Hey, it's Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I am Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming and elegant man, great big Star Wars fan. Happy New Year. Happy 2019. Today is January 1st, the first day of one of the most, what's bound to be, one of the most incredibly fun years in fandom. We've got, probably around the Super Bowl, we're going to get a nice trailer for Star Wars Episode 9. We're going to start seeing footage. We're going to find out what the movie is called. In April, we're going to do Star Wars Celebration. It's going to be me, Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy over there. We're going to get Jeff from World Class Bullshitters. We're going to walk around, have a good time, enjoy being part of Star Wars fandom, and then all kinds of news and craziness, of course, is going to happen through the year. You're not going to miss a single thing if you subscribe to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I will keep you abreast of all of the real details that comes out through the... I mean, is it real? It's the Star Wars garbage tier media. We do this, we watch these people and how Lucasfilm kind of leaks news and bad news and gossip and nonsense out through the media. We'll enjoy taking a look at that on a daily basis. And then, of course, at the end of the year, December 19th, we've got Star Wars Episode 9, and I will be there. We're going to see how they're going to wrap up this trilogy, which seems to be floundering. We hope it's going to be good. There's some weird stuff coming out that suggests it's going to be interesting. It's going to be kind of fun. Will it be good? We'll find out. Now, in the meantime, Matt Martin over at Lucasfilm is scolding us, the Fandom Menace. The Fandom Menace is made up of you, fans who are critical of what Lucasfilm is doing. We're not happy about it. Now, we're still Star Wars fans overall. I don't know how it would ever be possible to embitter Star Wars fans from the original trilogy or even the prequel trilogy, but what Disney is doing and what that whole community has become is pretty grotesque to normal people. The movies are, without spirit, without soul. They're negative and largely unpleasant and full of social justice, which is, of course, if you don't know what social justice is, it's just this hierarchy of grievance, people put in boxes and then sort of, hey, if you're in this box, you are more aggrieved, you are more marginalized than this group, and therefore we need to put more of you in our Star Wars films to kind of make up for past sins. And it's annoying. Nobody really wants to think about that stuff when they're going to see a Star Wars movie. We just want to have fun, and these people insist on putting it in there. Star Wars has been overtaken by social justice warriors. We've talked about that and shown you the evidence. Matt Martin, is he one of them? Maybe a little. I don't know too much about Matt Martin. He came out, I think I did a video about him the other day where he kind of slipped up and said that, he was explaining that, The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson actually wrote The Last Jedi before the before The Force Awakens even hit the box office. He just he just kind of had his outline and he started writing it before the film was even done. That's why it just seems so disjumbled and disjointed. All right, so Matt Martin has let some dumb things slip. Now, James Wan, director of Aquaman, and Aquaman, of course, is a huge hit right now. James Wan, canny, smart, is he a social justice warrior? I don't know. I don't think so, because James Wan has got the formula down. How do you make everyone go see a superhero movie? Superhero movies are for men. I mean, that's just largely, they're going to be for men. They're going to have a wide appeal to men. How do you get women interested in seeing an action movie instead of a rom-com or something like that? How do you do it? You cast the idealized, sexually desirable male in the lead, and then you make him take his shirt off, and suddenly all women are coming to see that movie. And then you make it kind of an underwater Conan the Barbarian, fun fantasy adventure. You've got everything. You've got men coming. You've got women coming to the movie theaters. I mean, and then boom, it's a big success. It's as simple as that. There's no scolding. There's no social justice. There's no need to put a scowling woman in the lead role and then yell at everybody about how women don't need to smile. Just make people act like people. Send positive, reassuring signals. Fun adventures to the audience. They're all going to come, and they did. And so James Wan is so funny. He came out. James Wan's problems are the opposite of Lucasfilm's problems. Let me click this link and hope it's not porn. It wouldn't be porn. This is Disney Star Wars is done. We can trust these people. James Wan tweets this out. He says, "It has come to my attention that some folks are getting harassed by some fans for not liking Aquaman." Some people are like, "Hey, I didn't really like it that much," and then James Wan's awesome fans are coming and saying, "Hey, what do you mean you didn't like it?" And I don't really know. I haven't seen any of that. I think that's an amusing anecdote. Haven't personally seen it, but James Wan's like, "Stop it." He's like, "Please don't do that. Not the kind of support I want." He's saying they're allowed to not like Aquaman. They're allowed to be critical of Aquaman. Criticism is their right. They went to see the movie. They want to talk about it. They want to talk about how they didn't like it. They want to obsess about how they didn't like it. That's fine. There are people who are, who love Aquaman, who love DC Comics, and, have opinions, and it means a lot to them. So let them express those opinions and leave them alone. Wow, what a gentleman. And then, of course, he takes a little for himself. He says, vice versa. It's okay to not like my film, but don't attack me personally. Don't tag me on the hates. Peace. So very good. He's just saying, look, do what you want, criticize the film, have fun. But yeah, I don't want to. Don't send me hate messages and stuff like that. Keep it to yourself. Yeah, that's right. Don't at me, biatch. That's all it is. Don't at me, biatch. And of course, right. I don't want to hear it. Don't attack me personally, etc., etc. Imagine if Rian Johnson had said that. Lucasfilm has it, of course, completely backwards. Now, oops, I accidentally hit my camera there. That's going to happen in 2019. Matt Martin takes this whole thing, Lucasfilm. These guys, I don't know what their problem is with PR. Well, yes, I do. They're social justice warriors. They're embittered activists who kind of feel aggrieved and feel like they're angry inside. They're full of inner turmoil. They're tumultuous. They're tumultuous in their hearts. All right, so he comes out and says this. This is hilarious. James Wan's fine example of maturity. In the meantime, Matt Martin tweets out, yeah, maybe in 2019 we can spend a little more time building up and discussing the things that we love. That's Rose Tico. That's Rose Tico wisdom. And look how wise she was. Rose Tico built things up that she loved by stun gunning, by tasing people who disagreed with her, people who wanted to leave the ship. She was there to tase them. That was her job. She was there to tase them, and she's like, yeah, I'll do that. Perfect social justice warrior. Absolutely perfect. Agree with me or I will shock you electrically. All right. Build up the things that we love rather than tearing down the things that we hate. That's just never productive. It's actually quite all right to keep your unconstructive thoughts to yourself. Oh, Matt Martin. In other words, shut up if you don't like our stuff. Hey, if you love us, back us up, give us a lot of support. But any negative criticism, that's just tearing us down, and that's never productive. I disagree. I actually do disagree. I think sometimes the wood is rotten, and it needs to be torn down and replaced with something better. Just structurally supporting rotten wood in some other way is not valuable. It's not helpful at all. Sometimes you actually do have to identify that the wood is rotten and rip it. I'm going to build a house, and I think I'm going to build a shed in the backyard. I'm getting inspired by this. But in any case, yes, you do. Negative criticism is valuable. It should be listened to, and if anything, at the very least, it shouldn't be stifled. Look at this. He's actually trying to stifle people. He's calling critical thoughts of his Star Wars films unconstructive. And by the way, keep them to yourself. How about no, Matt Martin? Hey, Lucasfilm, how about no? We're going to continue to criticize these stupid movies. Yeah, what a fantastic way for Lucasfilm to kick off 2019. And here's Matt Martin again. I don't disagree, but there's a polite way to speak to such things and a rude way to do so. Many people choose the rude way. I think this channel has been anything but rude. I think we are, we can be acidic at times, but it's done in such a debonair fashion that we are beyond reproach. And I refuse to think that we could ever be labeled as rude. Being a jerk about something is not going to fix the thing one is being upset about. Well, explain standing in the streets in front of Trump's building in Manhattan and screaming obscenities at his building. How's that working out for you? Maybe you have a point, and maybe, doctor, physician, heal thyself. Activism seems to be the number one way that these people try to get their point across, try to make change. Why can't we be activists as well? But for Star Wars, I want to be a Star Wars activist. That's how I see myself now. I am a SWA, a Star Wars activist. All right, so in fact, it may have the opposite effect. It will have the opposite effect, Matt. You will see that in 2020. And then he says, and ironically, the hardcore fans are only a tiny fraction of the film going public. So what are you crying for? What are you crying for? If the fandom menace is but a mote in your eye, if it's just a drop of water in a bucket of amazing support that Lucasfilm has been receiving, why are you crying about it? Why can't you ignore it? Why are you incapable of ignoring it? All right, so film did exactly what its core fans wanted. Despite what might resonate with the casual audience, the film would flop. Finding that balance will always be key, but that's not an easy task. Dude, again, we remind you, Solo. We told you Solo actually did flop. You seem to have forgotten that. And he says, and I just mean hate in general. Why spend so much time hating a thing when you could be spending it loving another thing? Well, I can do both. I mean, I can hate what you're doing with Star Wars, and I can go over and I can love what David Lynch did with The Return of Twin Peaks last year. God, that was so good. That was so good. I can love Bates Motel. That was a fantastic series. You know, I can love many things and still look at what you're doing. We can love Aquaman, even though I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna go see it. We can love Aquaman, and we can still hate what Disney Lucasfilm is doing to Star Wars. People can be binary. People are capable of doing more than one thing at once. We are. We can criticize you and support and love Cyberfrog, for example. Comicsgate, of course. If you hate DC, don't go to see DC movies. Everyone loves the DC movies right now, and let people who do like them enjoy them. No, people aren't having that issue really. James Wan is just being humble. He says that's why I said, who is stopping SJWs from enjoying Disney Star Wars? Who is it? Are we standing in the way? Are we barring their path? He said that's why I said unconstructive rather than negative or critiques. Share your feelings, but there's a nice way to do so and a rude way to do so, and you definitely don't need to do those critiques directly to the creators. And yet, the creators are rather rude directly to the fans. I mean, I didn't ask for anyone's attention at Lucasfilm when I produced my Solo t-shirts last year, did I? I didn't ask for any attention from them. I did it for my subscribers. And yet, Lucasfilm employees like Chuck Wendig actually dug me up and started, Pablo Hidalgo, these guys started talking about me. They started talking about me. I am a creator in my own way. I am a creator of YouTube videos and Solo t-shirts. And yet, I didn't feel the need to ever at anyone until they started interacting directly with me. And we also have similar problems. Geeks and Gamers has similar problems. World Class Bullshitters has similar problems. Lucasfilm does aggressively seek out and denigrate critics. And when they aren't doing it, their fans, the writers, the people like Geek Girl Diva, and so on and so forth. Brian Young, Bobby Roberts, Jason Ward, these guys, these guys are actually out there making it a point to come after critics. So I don't, Matt, you'll excuse me, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean, Matt. I'm not sure that I subscribe to what you are saying. But I want you to have a happy new year. We are going to continue being critical of Disney Star Wars. Of course we are. We enjoy it. It's fun. It's fun to look at Star Wars. It's fun to think about the old movies. It's fun to look at what you guys are doing. We'll praise you if you do something good. You bring Rod of the Hutt into the movie. if Rod of the Hutt is in Star Wars Episode 9, you will receive a healthy dose of praise from Comic Artist Pro Secrets, especially if it's good, if you make it good. Now, if you fail miserably instead of succeeding gloriously, you will continue to receive the same criticism. And you don't have to like it. We're not asking you to like it. We're just going to do our own thing. All right? Okay, thanks. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Lucasfilm. Hey, want to follow me on Twitter? Okay, cool. I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. Talk to you there. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the Laughing Man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.